Hello and welcome to another edition of Free Information. I'm your host, Najak Vera. Today we are continuing our of 10 series with the number 9. What is the number 9? What is the number 9? But a confused number 6. It's one short of 10. However, very good number. However, you notice gas is always 9/10 of a gallon. And that's very disappointing. Because you think, wow, that's a good price for a gallon. But it's not even a gallon. It's 9/10 of a gallon. Thanks a lot, gas industry. I don't know who to blame for that. There were probably instructions on how to set up the gas prices, and it was just too many instructions. Or perhaps it was a competition of sorts. Hey, look over here. Our gas is cheaper. Fine print. This is 9/10, not quite 10/10 of a gallon. It's short. Speaking of instructions, have you ever got a lot of instructions? Maybe you got a lot of directions, and it was overwhelming. It was too overwhelming. That's like overwhelming squared. You're listening, and you're just nodding your head at some point. You're just thinking to yourself, I have no idea how to finish this. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm just going to Google Maps this. I don't know why you're telling me how to get there. Only to realize you can't Google Map it because you're in another country. And this whole time you were looking at this person, you're like, this guy's silly. Has he not heard of technology? Ha. And then you realize you crossed a border. You don't have any signal. Or if you do, it's like $47 a byte. Not even a megabyte, just a bit. Just one little bit of information. You're like, now I am lost. I am a duckling. Do I honk my horn and say, tourist? Because there's no way of me getting out of the situation now because the directions were odd. They kept telling me, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm better than you. That's humility slapping us in the face saying, you should have learned something. At other times, though, we're getting a lot of instructions, a lot of direction, not just directions how to get somewhere, but a lot of direction, a lot of advice, and we're confused. You know, we're like, wait a minute, am I turning this on or am I turning this off now? What's my name? Did that come up? Do I have a new name now? Because there were a lot of explainings, and I am lost inside my brain. It's sad and scary to be lost in the outside world, but it's even more sad and more scary when you're inside your brain, when you're in a setting where you should feel fine. However, because of the amount of knowledge that was passed on to you, you don't know who you are. You start to look at your hands and think, who is this person? And it's you. You are the person, but you were just overwhelmed by the information. And that can happen. So young people, never be afraid to learn, because there can become a time where you're like, learning is hard. Or if you're a young person, you're learning that then keep doing it. And you know what's hard is, when you're a young person, when you're a little kid, and then people give you all these nicknames, and that's fine, that's cool. But have you ever seen an adult call another adult boss? Like, all right, boss. Yeah, no problem, boss. But he's not the boss. It's just another person. It's not even a work relationship. I'm confused. I don't like. He's not your boss. Why are you calling him that? That was a thing. I don't know if people still do it, but I don't want to be called boss if I'm not your boss. Just, grab a thesaurus and figure out other words, synonyms to call these people. Being confused is hard, and let's help people to not be so confused. Humanity. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Free Information. Once again, I am Najak Vera. So happy to have you here. We will be concluding our 10 of 10 series next time with the episode 10 of 10. However, fear not, that is not the end of Free Information with Najak Vera. We will be continuing on to other great many of things that need explaining. However, we hope that at no point in time as you are listening, you feel this is too much. I should go back to eating because it's a comfort. This episode has been brought to you by Leaves. Have we done an episode brought to you by Leaves? Well, if so, they're a big sponsor of ours. Leaves. Don't have them? It's probably autumn or fall.